What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and having a great day today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Ford F250 STX. Huge thank you to Matt Newman over at Koons Sterling Ford for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular F250 or any Ford product, I'll be sure to have Matt's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. So apparently there are some wildfires brewing over in Canada, which is billowing a bunch of smoke here into the Northeast. So basically I was advised to not go outside today, but I had to get some videos filmed for you guys. So with that said, today we're reviewing the 2023 Ford F250 STX. And this particular one has been painted in work truck white. No, that is not the actual paint code. I always make that joke. It's probably a pretty bad joke. But anyways, this is actually called Oxford white. But the Super Duty for 2023 did get an interior and exterior refresh, which gives it an updated look, yet retains a familiar feel throughout, which is something that I personally appreciate. But starting over here at our headlights, this particular one has been optioned with the $5,115 STX appearance package, which gives you guys LED reflector headlights with automatic high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED fog lights towards the bottom of your front bumper. One thing that I kind of like about these LED daytime running lights is they kind of look like an updated version of the 2017 to 2019 LED daytime running lights before they went to the C-shaped on the top and C-shaped on the bottom for the 20 to 22 model years. I personally like those the best, but these are basically an updated version of the 17 through 19 daytime running lights. But working our way to the center of the front end, again with that STX appearance package, you guys get a satin black mesh-like grille with a gray painted surround. So basically the grille here is all satin black, and then this piece that basically flows into your headlights and works its way to the bottom of your grille is all painted in that gray. And then you have Super Duty embossed into the front of the hood, as you may be able to tell right there. I believe the previous generation, like the 20 through 22s, also had that at the front of the hood. However, again, with the STX appearance package, obviously you have your Ford logo at the center of that grille, but with the STX appearance package, this was what I was getting at, you get a forward-facing camera. That forward-facing camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that, again, comes with the STX appearance package. Stepping back just a tad, let's take a look at our front bumper. So again, with that STX appearance package, you get a body color front bumper with two integrated black tow hooks. These tow hooks do come standard on the XL, so let's say you get the XL base model, you still get those two black tow hooks. Working our way down just a tad bit more, you get this massive valance at the bottom of your front bumper, which kind of limits your ground clearance. And if you guys were wondering about the ground clearance, you get 7.8 inches of ground clearance. And basically the point of that valance, or the idea behind that valance, is to help with aerodynamics, which hopefully in turn leads to better fuel economy. But I'm not an engineer, so I can't tell you if it actually does lead to better fuel economy with or without that valance. But again, with the STX appearance package, you guys get these STX specific 18-inch black wheels, and they are wrapped in 275/70 Bridgestone Dueler all-terrain tires. I'll give you guys a view of the tread pattern on those tires really quick. And then also, if you guys do not like this wheel setup, there are two other wheel options you guys can get with the XL. But working our way into these fender vents, these are the STX specific fender vents. So basically what you get with that is the STX lettering. Basically the entire fender vent is pretty much the same throughout pretty much all the models, but you know, obviously on like the King Ranch or the Lariat and stuff like that, this piece is not going to be satin black, but on here it is satin black. One thing that I really like about the new Super Duties as well as the new F150s is that these fender vents are actually functional, so you can actually feel the heat dissipating out of the engine bay, which is actually very useful and just adds to kind of the look. Personally, for me, I like the 20 through 22 fender vents better, but I think this will grow on me as we go on in time. But working our way up to the side view mirrors, you guys get satin black mirror caps with integrated LED turn signals. These side view mirrors are also heated. The top mirror is power adjustable. The bottom mirror is also heated, but it is manually adjustable. These side view mirrors are manual folding as well as manual extending, so you can pull on them and they extend. and then you can push back on them and they will go right back in again. Those are manual extending. And then this particular one again has been optioned with the STX appearance package, which gives you the blind spot monitoring as well as the side view camera right here. That's again, that side view camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that comes with the STX appearance package. Now, working our way to the side profile, I got to step really far back because this is the crew cab 8-foot bed configuration, but working our way into these passenger doors, this one has been optioned with the $30 privacy glass, which is basically tinted rear windows. You get black window trim, you get satin black door handles, and then working our way back here, new for 2023 to the Super Duties is this front bed step. That is basically copied directly from GM. However, it is useful. It makes it a little bit easier to step in and grab something at the front of your bed without having to, you know, step on top of your tire or something like that. But here, that is where you'll find your filler neck. And then this one again has been optioned with the STX appearance package, which gives you guys the LED third brake light as well as LED cargo lights and a bed camera, which is located about right there. Coming down just a tad, this has also been optioned with the $405 power rear window. So basically, if you got the STX appearance package, this would just be a solid piece of glass, but again, that has the power rear window option. Here's a look at your rear suspension setup with your leaf springs and your shocks right there. You can also see your spare tire poking out a little bit. That is your 4x4 badging back here. And then working our way to the back, you guys get these standard taillights that are halogen, I believe. At the center of your tailgate is where you will find your backup camera. Again, that works with the 360-degree view camera system. You get a little light right there to illuminate this area at night. Let's say if you are, you know, backing up to a trailer and connecting your hitch. This is a power locking tailgate. Your Ford logo, Super Duty embossed into the tailgate itself. Working our way into the tailgate, all you gotta do, boom, pull down on that and the tailgate will drop open. This one has been optioned with the $550 fifth wheel hitch prep. So basically you get the fifth wheel stuff there, and then you also get the 7-pin connector. Then you get that thing right there. I'm not quite sure what that is, but again, with the STX, you guys have the LED box lighting. And then also with the STX, I believe you get like box link, which basically gives you these things here integrated into the sides of the bed. And then you get 4 tie downs. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, basically one on each corner of the bed. That's kind of about it for what we got going inside of the bed. But working our way back to the back end, this one again with the STX appearance package does come with the body color rear bumper with 4 sensors. But again, for 2023, not only did they include the bed steps, they also included these bumper steps. Basically, again, a direct copy from General Motors. But again, with the STX experience package, body color rear bumper, and those 4 integrated parking sensors. As standard, you guys do get a 7 and 4-pin connector. That's your 7-pin connector. That's your 4-pin connector. And then this is your conventional trailer hitch. Now, if you guys were wondering about the max tow capacity, it is 17,200 pounds. This does come standard with a 373 rear axle ratio. I do not believe it is a locking axle, but it is a 373 rear gear. This is a little 3/4 angle from the back. Let me know what you guys think of the 2023 redesign for the Super Duty. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Personally, for me, I am a huge fan of the 20 to 2022 body style. I like that the best, but this is slowly starting to grow on me as time goes on, as does really any vehicle. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that $1,705 7.3 liter gas V8 engine that makes 430 horsepower and 485 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 7.2 seconds. For some reason, with heavy-duty vehicles, they do not include any fuel economy numbers, but I would expect maybe around 14 miles per gallon average, maybe 16, something like that. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just throwing numbers out. But If you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I am now on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot get there without your guys' help. So with that said, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, I wanted to show you guys a couple of the functions on the key fob. This being an XL, it is rather basic. So you have your unlock function, your lock function, and your panic function. This does have a point and stick key, so no keyless access with the XL STX. But let's move on into the interior. So taking a look at the driver's side door panel, with the STX appearance package, you get upgraded door panels. So basically this is upgraded from the standard XL. So you do get some nice leather wrapping here. It's a nicely padded armrest with some accent colored stitching. Basically on the top and on the bottom, it's all just plastic trim. But working our way over here, that will restrict your passenger window privileges. Here are your power side view mirror controls, automatic up and down windows in the front, but you do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. Unlock and your lock functions, a great spot you can set a phone, and just like any other Ford product, a ton of storage space at the bottom of the door panel. But taking a look at the driver's seat, also with that $5,115 STX appearance package, the driver does get manual lumbar support. So if you didn't have the STX appearance package, you wouldn't even get lumbar support, period. And then also with that package, you guys get color coordinated carpeted floor mats and this 40-20-40 bucket seat setup. So basically you have the seat in the center, but you also get an armrest with some cup holders and some storage space. But stepping on into the interior, you may be able to see something that I always appreciate is that you get the United States flag right here. Just a nice touch on an American vehicle. But stepping on into the interior, I want to show you guys what this thing is like to start. So just like the good old days, just make sure you have your key in your pocket and take it out of your pocket and then stick it on in and twist it to the right. And that is what the good old 7.3 sounds like when it fires up. But I'm going to close that door, roll a window down, and get some nice cross flow going so I don't have to use the climate system. But we're gonna start over here. So that is your jellyfish launcher, aka your LED box lighting. So to turn your cargo lighting on, that would be the button you would press. Here are your headlight controls. All the way at the top is headlights off, parking lights on, headlights automatic, headlights always on, and then that is to turn your fog lights on or off. This is to dim your gauge cluster and your backlit buttons. This is to brighten your gauge cluster in your backlit buttons. This is your electronic parking brake. Pull up on that and that will engage your parking brake, and it'll let you know you're engaged your parking brake. And then to disengage the parking brake, make sure you push your foot down on the brake and then click on that, and then that will disengage the parking brake. But this is what your turn signal stock looks like. This is also your windshield wiper control stock all in one. So let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what your turn signal sounds like. And then zooming out just a tad, this is what your steering wheel looks like. So you get a vinyl wrapped steering wheel, Ford logo at the center. Obviously your horn is at the center, so let's take a listen to the horn. That is what your horn sounds like. Honestly, with the windows up, you can't really even hear your horn from the interior because it's so mounted so far forward. But on this side of the steering wheel, like these controls here are your cruise control settings. That is to mute the audio system. That is to volume down. That is to volume up. That is to speak to the vehicle. And then over here, these controls are to control your 4.2-inch productivity screen. And then that is to pick up on a phone call, hang up on a phone call. That is to go back on a track. That is to go forward on a track, or you can switch between your different AM, FM, or Sirius XM preset radio stations. You get a good old column mounted shifter. I know a lot of you truck guys are gonna like that, and you can downshift and upshift with these two buttons on the column mounted shifter. Taking a look at our dash, you got your RPM gauge on the left, speedometer on the right. You got your transmission status stuff on the bottom. Productivity screen, I'll go throughout that in a second, but that is your I believe that is your oil pressure stuff or oil temperature, not 100% sure. That is your coolant temperature gauge, that is your fuel gauge, and then that is your trans fluid temperature gauge. But now let's go throughout our productivity screen. So to control that, all I got to do is click down on that. That will bring me into my trip 1 stuff, trip 2 stuff, fuel economy stuff, and then that is tire pressure stuff. This is some different measurements, so you can see your engine oil, engine coolant temperature, your trans temperature, your engine oil temperature, and then you can also go and see your other stuff as well. Click down one more, and then you at your digital speedometer readout. This is what I would leave it in personally if this was my vehicle, but you can also go into this screen by clicking on that button there, and then you can go between your truck information stuff, your towing information stuff, your vehicle information stuff. So basically you can see your off-road status, engine hours, seat belts, etc. There's a couple different things you can do throughout this screen, but I don't want to spend too much time on this screen because, you know, this video would be long. And then that is your ambient exterior temperature, and then that is your odometer, and that's kind of about it for your dash. Working our way up top here, you can set whatever you need to up here, like a tape measure, maybe a tissue box, or something of that size. Good amount of storage space up top there. And then working our way down just a tad, this is your 8-inch Sync 4 infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. But before we get into that, clicking on this button right here will pop up your forward-facing camera and your 360-degree view camera system. The 360 camera and the forward-facing camera and the side view cameras come a part of the STX appearance package. So you can turn your parking sensors on or off by clicking on that button there, and then this will bring you into your different camera views. So you can see the front, you can see the front and the sides. You can go into your bed camera by clicking on that, and now that is your bed camera. We'll go back, and then you can go in between, you know, your backup camera if that's what you wanted to with guidance lines. You can go into your hitch camera, which is this right here. That is what your hitch camera looks like, so it makes it easy to, you know, back up to a trailer. And then that is your side mirror cameras pointing backwards, and then yeah, you can also connect a trailer camera right there. Personally, this is the camera setup that I like. And then you also have your hazard button and your traction control on or off button. You get a great spot. You could set a phone. You get 4 HVAC vents on the dash. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and then that is 4 over there. You get your integrated trailer brake controller coming down just a tad. You have your 4-wheel drive settings. So you have 4 low, 4 high, and 2 high. So you get a 2-speed transfer case as standard with this vehicle. And then this is your drive mode selector. So you have a couple different drive modes. You have normal mode, you have tow haul mode, you have eco mode, and then clicking over to this way, you have slippery roads mode and your off-road mode. But I'm going to leave it in normal mode because I'm not going to be doing any slippery road driving or any off-roading with this vehicle. This is your volume knob, this is your tuning knob, and clicking on this button will bring me into my tone settings on the screen. So basically you can adjust the balance, the fade, and the bass and stuff, and then that will switch me between my different audio media sources, basically AM, FM, XM, etc. That will turn the screen to a clock, and then pressing on that one more time will turn the screen off. Touch anywhere on the screen and it will pop back up. This is your tune control knob again, and then you have a single zone climate control system as standard. Over here you get a 12-volt power outlet. Lifting this up, you have 2 USB-C ports down in there. You get another 12-volt power outlet and another USB-C port and a USB-A port. And then down here you can set a tape measure, a phone, or something of that sort. And then working our way over to here, you have an upper glove box that is open at all times. Then you have a lower glove box, which is lockable, that you can open up. You get a little bit of storage space down in there, and then you can also turn your airbag for your front passenger on or off right there. Then you have this center fold down armrest that is also a seat, but you get 2 cup holders and a spot that you can set a phone on the right side of it. So I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max and it fits down in there no problem. This is one of the bigger phones on the market and you can see it fits in there. And then opening this up, you get a little bit of storage space down in there. Again, I'm gonna put my phone in there for size reference. So you can see good amount of storage space, but really not all that crazy amount of storage space. Like if you had a center console, you'd have a ton more storage space. But then also this does turn into a seat, which I'll show you guys. That is what the seat looks like. I'm not going to fold it all the way up because I want to set my cups in there. But anyway, I think you guys get the idea behind that. But up top here, you get a regular rear view mirror. This lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. The driver gets a light, the passenger gets a light. Both of those are LED. You can turn all the dome lights on by the click of that button. I got a bug in here that I want to let out. That is a horsefly. Get the heck out of there. And then that is to either have your lights turn on when you open up the door or not. Again, with that power sliding rear window, that power sliding rear window is a $405 option. So you get the control for that right up top there. Get a great spot that you can set your sunglasses in. And working our way back just a tad, this has been optioned with the $165 upfitter switches, which basically gives you these 6 auxiliary switches. So you could hypothetically set up 6 different LED light bars and turn them all on individually if that's what you wanted. And you may be able to tell when you turn the auxiliary switches on, they turn to an amber light. When they're off, they're a blue light. Bluetooth might pick it for a Bluetooth phone. This is what your visor looks like. Folding down the visor, you do not get a vanity mirror on this side, but you get a little clip. You can set money, registration, or any small paper product. And then this will slide forwards and backwards dependent on where the sun is shining. This side, you get a vanity mirror. You don't get a vanity light, but you still get that little clip right there. Basically, this side looks pretty much the exact same as what you would find over here on the driver's side. There are a couple things that I wanted to go over that you guys get as standard with this vehicle. You get the 4.2-inch productivity screen and the 8-inch Sync 4 system with the wireless Apple CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto connectivity. I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen for you guys to take a look at it. Basically, you can go over the different standard stuff and the different optional stuff that this does have. This does have manual locking hubs, if you guys were wondering. Also, you can check out the warranty stuff. But basically, I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2023 F250 XL STX is spec is $60,635. Basically, if you guys are looking for a heavy duty Super Duty, then you know, this is probably one of the cheapest options that you can get that is still a nice looking truck on the exterior and on the interior without having that work truck vibe to it. So this is about the cheapest you can get without it being like a work truck, if that makes sense. So working our way into those second row seats, I want to show you guys what we got going on back there before moving into the drive. So this is what your door panel looks like. Great spot you can set a phone, a good amount of miscellaneous storage space down there. You get a cup holder, and then again, you do not get automatic up or down windows in the back, but you get a nicely padded and leather wrapped armrest. This is what your seats look like in the second row. Pulling on this and pushing up on the seat, you get a ton of flat storage space, so your dog would be very comfortable back here if you had a dog and you had your dog lay back here. This is what your floor mats look like. That comes standard. Actually, these come with the XL STX package, I believe. But yeah, this is what it looks like back here. I'm gonna fold this seat down. I'm gonna show you guys how much legroom I have sitting behind myself. I am 5'9", and just like any other Ford, I am adjusted behind myself. I've got plenty of leg room, plenty of knee room. Here's a better view of what that looks like there. And then obviously I also have a ton of headroom. These second row seats are very, very comfortable. This is a Ford after all. Ford always has very, very comfortable seats. But you get an OPU panel over here on the driver's side. You get the same thing over there on the passenger side. And then you get a little spot you could set to your dry cleaning, and you get a dome light. Same stuff goes for the other side as well. And then coming down here, you get 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt power outlet. That's kind of about it for what we got going back here in the second row seats. So, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of the STX. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review, where I always start my videos here. We go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour, and then I rate them going over them on a scale of 1 to 10. Keep in mind, this is a heavy-duty truck, but it did very well over that first one at 5 miles an hour. Again, keep in mind, nothing will ever be a 10. Perfection doesn't exist in this world. Looks like somebody did a burnout after going over this speed bump. But again, that was about 6. It's about 5 right there. And I'm going to give this thing an 8.3, considering that it's a heavy-duty truck. It went over those speed bumps very, very well. Again, this one has been powered by and optioned with the 7.3-liter Godzilla V8. And I did a video with the new for 2023, which is the 6.8-liter V8, which is new and I believe exclusive to the F250 and up XL trim level. So let's see how she does pulling out into traffic with that 7.3. Very good acceleration. I mean, honestly, considering, you know, it's not a diesel, it's got nice low end torque, and it honestly sounds really good. It sounds like a Ford engine. Like it, I know I can't compare this to like the 5-liter, but it has like a 5-liter ish sound to it once you start you know, kind of getting on it a little bit. It definitely doesn't sound like a LS motor at all by any means. It sounds more like a 5.0 than the LS motors, and I believe this is a pushrod V8, so you'd expect it to maybe sound a little bit more. Anyways, this motor is very, very good, and honestly, I think this is a very, very good looking truck, especially, you know, at that price point. For a heavy duty truck, you can get a heavy duty truck for just a tad bit over $60,000. I don't think that's a bad price, especially considering truck prices nowadays. I think this is probably the nicest truck that's a heavy duty truck that's brand new that you guys can get for $60,000 that has very good towing capability with that 17,000 pound max tow capacity. I think that is very, very good, and I bet you this thing tows very, very well. I bet you this could tow a boat no problem. This guy is just not paying attention. Okay, this is totally unrelated to the video, but is it just me, or are Uber and Lyft drivers some of the worst drivers on the road, even though that's their job? Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Here's another little mild acceleration. This motor sounds really good. Like, I'd like to hear what this thing sounds like straight piped or with a nice exhaust on it, because I bet you it's got a nice rumble to it. I have not heard one of those. Even online, I haven't even really looked up a 7.3, what it sounds like with a nice exhaust on it, but it sounds very good here, even stock. But also, this thing drives very, very nicely as well. Now, I will have to say that the steering is not quite as direct as what you would find in like GM's heavy duty trucks, and I think that has to do with the independent front suspension found on those trucks. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds to hear what it sounds like going over this bridge at about 55 miles an hour, so you guys can hear the wind noise and road noise. You guys can hear it's pretty dang well insulated from the outside world, especially considering, you know, this is pretty much like a base model truck. It is very well insulated from, you know, the outside elements in the outside world. Back to what I was saying with the steering, I would have to say that I think the Chevy's steering is just a little bit better. This guy really wants to get around me. I think the Chevy's steering is just a little bit better, but I will have to say that I do think that the Ford's seats are more comfortable. I think the Chevy's suspension is pretty much right on par with this, like going over bumps and stuff wise, but definitely the seats here in the Ford are more comfortable. I did a video with a 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 AT4 yesterday, and those seats are definitely not nearly as comfortable as the seats found in this. However, what I've heard from owners and stuff is that over time the Chevy seats do break in and they do get more comfortable, but you know, right off the bat, both brand new for brand new, the Ford seats are more comfortable, which is kind of interesting. You know, you think Chevy would, after a certain amount of time, make like really comfortable, like soft seats, but they haven't yet. So it's just kind of interesting to me. But I mean, both trucks are great. Honestly, all the new heavy duty trucks are great. They're just all different in their own way. Here's a little acceleration again. This motor works very well with the 10-speed automatic. Now, I did a video with a 23 F250 XLT like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that one had the 6.7 power stroke, not the high output, and that one was also mated to the 10-speed, and the 10-speed just works very well with the different engine options found on the Super Duties. However, I would have to say that I think the 10-speed works best with the 6.7 power stroke. I mean, it's just boom, 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 boom. It still works great with this, but it feels like the shifts are just maybe a little bit slower. But, you know, obviously the 6.7 and that 10-speed that comes with that, I think that's like, the motor at least is like a $9,495 option or something like that. But yeah, this thing, very good low end torque. I mean, I barely put my foot into the throttle and it's just, the torque is just there. You can feel it. I think this thing would do very well towing, you know, even like a 14,000 pound trailer. I don't think that this would really have an issue with that, because of just all that low end torque. Again, you get a great spot. You can set your phone down in there and the door panel. But I'm very happy that Ford includes the Sync 4 system on the XL. So even if you get the base model XL, you still get that screen, and it still has the wireless CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto with it, which is always something that I appreciate. But I really also like the 360-degree view camera system that you get with the STX appearance package. I think that honestly, like for a vehicle of this size, you know, I think a lot of you guys are probably going to know how to handle a vehicle like this, but you know, there are going to be some people who buy this and, you know, can't. So the 360 definitely camera definitely helps in tight parking situations and stuff like that. So if that is something that you want to get, I don't think you can get the 360 degree view camera system alone without the STX appearance package. So you might just have to get that package in order to get the 360 cam. But honestly, again, if you guys are on a budget, you're looking for a heavy duty truck that's comfortable, that can tow, that's capable, this is a great value at the $60,000 price point. But you know, once this light turns green, I'm going to do another little mild acceleration, about 60% throttle, and we'll see what that does. Here we go. Handling, it does handle pretty well. It's a heavy duty truck after all. Here's a 60% throttle. You guys can see it has quite a bit of low end get up and go. I like how, honestly, like when you're cruising, you're at like 47 miles an hour and it's in 8th gear, basically trying to save as much fuel as it possibly can while you guys are just cruising. But overall, for a heavy duty truck, this is very, very nice, especially considering, you know, the price point of it. That C8 in that color really made me think that that was a McLaren. But anyway, very, very nice truck. Honestly, this has all the features that you need, and it doesn't have really any of the features that you don't need. I mean, honestly, the reality is you don't really need the blind spot monitoring, but it is nice that it has it. So that's it for today's video. If you guys are interested in this particular one, I'll be sure to have Koons, Sterling Ford, and Matt's information in the description box down below. But like I said, that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said earlier on in the video, I am now on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot get there without your help. So if you took anything from this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. But again, that's it for today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.